Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Nele Mazwide. Umazwide Peshe, yeah, you get it. I'm wearing a bright color, meaning that I'll be doing a sit down. And just know that when I'm wearing anything red, anything bright, anything elegant, this actually belonged to my great grandmother. So, yeah, it's it's so cute. I feel like she was that girl. So, just a disclaimer. Is it a disclaimer? Yes, it is a disclaimer. This is based on my personal experience. I was not hired by EPIK to do this. I'm just doing it because whenever I'm live on TikTok, people ask me, so what documents do you need? So what do you need? So I decided, you know what, let me film this video. Just basically going to break down every document that you need. I hope I don't miss anything out. And this is based on my personal experience because I've had the privilege to teach English in South Korea with EPIK. EPIK is an English program in Korea. It hires native English speakers. So basically, EPIK it places you in government schools. Okay, so document number 1. I will be reading from my notes here. This is the EPIK application form. The EPIK application form, you can find it online. And go into the website when applications are open, fill in the application form and submit it, right? Get it. Currently, the applications are closed. Just to make it clear, today is
It's Saturday, the 20th of December, 2025.
I heard people always saying that gather all your documents first before you apply. I'd say, girl, you never know your luck. But sometimes things delay. But anyways, number 2, you need 2 recommendation letters. 1, 2 recommendation letters. These are letters where your former employee recommends you for this job. I recommend Mazwide to teach English in South Korea because she has done this. I've worked her. She's a nice person. So it's basically when your previous employer recommends you to your potential employer. So it says here, you submit a minimum of 2 original reference letters from 2 or more persons. The reference letters must be written by people you have worked with or studied under. The letters must be written in English or in Korean. They must be written on the letterhead of the company you worked for or university or college you studied at. Private letters from friends, co-workers, au pair families are not accepted. Letters from your high school will only be accepted if you returned as a teacher, tutor, or sports coach. The letter must be dated and cannot be older than 2 years on the month you arrive in South Korea. The letters must include your full legal name as it appears in your passport. The letters must not be addressed or referred to Teach Korea or Gold Key Education. So Gold Key Education is the agent that I use. They basically help me a lot. Document number 2 is a proof of schooling letter. So you need to prove that this is basically specifically for South Africans, just to make it clear. The requirements are not all the same. So I just say South Africans. This letter is only required from candidates who attended schools in South Korea. In South Africa rather. The letter is required because some schools in these locations teach non-language subjects in Afrikaans or French. Applicants must submit a letter from the school they attended covering grade 7 through to grade 12. The letter must include the candidate's full name, blah, blah. They arrive at the school and the year, the grade. So I'm just going to attach a picture here of what mine looked like. So it basically says your principal or whoever you go to where you attended your grade 7. But I went from grade, I think 5 to 7, 7 to 12. But because I went to different schools, I had to get the letters from all those schools, darling. I went there, I told them, hey, I attended the school here. I'm currently applying for a position abroad, so they need proof of English type of thing. So they need to write, it has to have a letterhead stating that so and so Mazwide attended the school from 2006, grade 1 to 2000 in Mangmang, grade Mangmang. And all the subjects were taught in English, right? But if your subjects were taught in Afrikaans, I honestly don't know what happens. Actually, I don't have information on that, but I'll try and get information. Another thing, color portrait photographies. You need to make sure that they look proper because beauty standards are quite high in South Korea. Not like in a bad way, but you need to look, you can't look like this. You have to be straight, like an ID picture, basically. Put on makeup, girl. If you want to put on that weave. Mautand for you don't have to. But then they just state how the picture should look. That is like point blank obvious. You can't do that. And then a color copy of your passport, obviously. And then academic record. So I just want to explain this part, right? Your academic record, it's two different envelopes of your transcripts. Transcripts are, you know what transcripts are. They need to be in an envelope. The envelope needs to be sealed. It needs to be sealed. Closed here. What is this thing? The lap? What do you call it? Let me just show you. I don't have an envelope, but it needs to be sealed with the school stamp on the seal. You need to do it like that. If you don't do it like that, you might have to return. They might just not accept your documents because it needs to be closed from the school. You can't open it. Don't open it. Do not. Ungayivuli. It's not for you. So they need to open it and be sure that you didn't do any manga business. Then the most important thing is your criminal record check. This is your, I'd say, a police clearance certificate. So you go to your nearest police station. Hi, I'm here to do a police clearance certificate. Please be clear, Uguchi, you're going abroad. Normally, when I went to Korea, it was 2022 and I paid 150. But when I recently went again now, 2025, it was 190. So it has to be 100 and something. It has to be 100 and something. Go there. I'm here to do the prints. I'm going abroad. So you've got two options, right? If you want your process to be quicker, take those e-tupers, the prints, and tell them you're going to submit them yourself at the Criminal Records Center in Pretoria. If you can't do that, you know someone who's in Pretoria, you can ask them to submit it on your behalf. Secondly, you can just leave them there and they're going to submit them for you. But just note that I'm not sure about this, but I think they wait for, to have like a stack of the records, the prints before they take them to the Criminal Records Center in Pretoria. So that's where the checking of your any criminal activities, that's where they do it in Pretoria. So you need to make sure, Uguti, either you submit them yourself, you are allowed to do that. That option is quicker, or you just wait. You just leave them in whichever city that you're in, and then they're going to take it to Pretoria. When they're done, they bring it back to your city. But if you know anyone in Pretoria, do it like that. It was quicker. It's always been quicker. I love it. I love it for me. Because when I left it in Newcastle, KZN, it took like a month for me to get the confirmation that they received it at Pretoria. And it took, I think, 2 weeks for them to say they're starting the process. And then it took, so you don't want the drama. If you can, right? So we move on to 2 sealed academic transcripts. I've mentioned that. There's a video. In the front, it has these must be 2 separate sealed college or university envelopes, each containing a complete record of your studies from the first year of study to the last year, listing courses and grades. They must be sealed in the student record office with a university stamp. Seal or sticker astride the envelope flap. Yeah, flap. Your full name must be written clearly on the front of each envelope, as we cannot break the seal on unmarked envelope to whom they belong. We're going to send these to Korea when you pass the interview, etc., etc. Now we go on to your degree certificate, right? You need a bachelor's degree in any field. You need to take this document to SAQA. SAQA is South African's Authority of Qualification and South African Qualification Authority. South African Qualification Authority. Yeah. So they will certify, Wuti, this person did really study here, blah, 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 blah. This is a legit degree. This person ain't lying, basically. When I paid, I think it was like 640 Rand to do that. Here's how you do it. You send an email to SAQA. I forgot the email address. Here. Verifications letter at saqua.org.za. You say to the email, hi, this is Banban. I graduated from this college. Kindly verify my qualification. You attach your copy of your ID and the copy of your degree certificate. And then you also attach this form. You need to fill it in. Then you wait. As you wait, they're going to send you a quotation. Here's a quotation. Please pay for your degree. To be certified, you need to pay that amount on the quotation. You obviously have to pay. You pay the 640 and then they send you an email. Hey, your qualification is ready for collection. You don't go to SAQA. Let me just make that one clear. The last time I checked, this is how it's done. SAQA is the one who takes you this. Sebe verifiile, they're done with verifying it, right? So they take it and they send it to Postnet Brooklyn. They do that with all qualifications, allegedly. But that is why I know. So angifuna ukuthi nibuyela nithi, you are speaking something you don't know of. You are talking about something that you don't listen. I asked, and that is what I was told. The Postnet, original Postnet, the one that is in Brooklyn, in Pretoria, by Brooklyn Mall. You go there. Hi, I got this email. Is my SAQA back? They'd be like, hey, yes, here's your degree, it's back. If you are in Pretoria, it's easier to just go there and do those things. If you know anyone in Pretoria, they can do it on your behalf, but they need a consent form. You take that. You take it to Durko. I heard now things have changed. You need to book an appointment at Durko. You can't just do walk-ins because I think they take 60 or 30 people a day, and they don't open on Wednesdays, and they close very early at 12. So I got there at 6, honey. You gotta wake up. So after booking the appointment, you go to Durko. They know what to do. Now we move on to the TEFL certificate, which is a teaching English as a foreign language certificate. You can do this online. I did mine with TEFL on the beach. I found it on daddydeals.com or something like that. It was, I think, 400 when I did it. And currently it's on sale as we speak now. It's going to expire. The sale is going to be valid till March 26, 2026. TEFL certificate. Here's my TEFL certificate. Is there anything to hide here? Okay, this is a 140-hour accredited TEFL certificate. Yeah, that's just it. You take this one to the notary. The notary is to certify. So it says, notarial certificate. I, Apiwe, notarize that this document is legit, and then you then take it to the High Court. Yeah, this is from the High Court. I took this to the High Court of Pretoria, and then I think this is also from them. Yeah, so you don't take this to Durko anymore. You just take your police clearance certificate and your degree. Right, we are moving on. So you're probably wondering, who is Durko, girl? Girl, you're now confusing me. I need you do this after all your documents are back from SAQA. So you take the very same copy, the one that you got. Let me make this clear. Guys. And I want this to be as clear as possible, because when I went to Durko, there was a girl who was there who made this mistake. Do not take the one that they send you by email. That is not the correct one from SAQA. You need to fetch the original one and you take it to Durko. So the email, you don't print the email. It's even written there. You need to go and collect the original one that you sent via email. They bring it back to you. Hey, we are done with the qualification. We say this qualification is legit. You then take it to Durko for them to do the same thing. Durko is Department of International Relations and Cooperation. All these places are mostly in Pretoria, right? So I think this is from Durko. No, this is from the court. This is from Durko. This is from SAQA. What is from Durko? So here is my qualification by SAQA. The one, SAQA. And they say the South African Qualification Authority is a statutory body regulated in terms of the National Qualification Framework Act number 67 of 2008, and is mandatory by legalization to oversee development and implementation of National Qualification Framework (NQF). The verification of qualifications resides in the SAQA is pleased to perform this verification via its National Learners Records database. This verification, there you go. It has a stamp SAQA, and then this is just a black and white copy. Do not take your original document, not the original degree. This, it comes as like this. When you take it to Durko, they basically put this and this red thingy confirms with Ibuyaga Durko. And then this is my police clearance certificate to certify that no convictions have been recorded for any crime in the Republic of South Africa against Mazude. And then this is from Durko. I took the original. I didn't know you could take a copy, but I was like, I'm not going to use it anyways, because after 6 months it expires. Department of International Relations and Cooperation. So let me make this one clear, because I'm already talking about this. So it says here teacher certificate or PGCE. If you have a PGCE or a teacher's license or a certificate, says, then you should email a scan of the certificate or diploma at applications blah blah and take the original license with you when you travel to Korea. If you do not have a BEd say certificate, then you will need to complete a TEFL or a TESOL. So you don't need to do a TEFL certificate when you have a PGCE or a teaching BEd. proof of teaching experience. Proof of teaching experience letters must be an official letterhead dated stating your name, clearly state whether your employment was full-time or not, and the duration of employment. Should also state the capacity in which you were employed, a teacher, etc., as well as what levels or grades and subjects were taught. Letters from co-workers are not sufficient to prove teaching experience. Letters must be issued by your school's administration office. Proof of teaching experience letters must prove at least one full academic year of teaching experience to qualify a teacher for a higher pay level. And I just want to make it clear, please do your TEFL if you don't have a teaching experience. Do your TEFL because it's going to increase your chances of earning higher. So now we have a residency certificate. Apply for your residence certificate from SARS. So because Korea and South Africa have this relationship where you don't have to pay tax in both countries, I think for like 2 years when you first arrive in Korea. So you need this residency certificate that I'm going to work here, and may I please not pay tax for like 2 years, guys? Like, please forgive me. I'm just a newbie. I'm just trying to enjoy my money. By handing an official residence certificate from your country's revenue service tax authority to your school when you arrive in Korea, you will be exempted from double taxation on the income you earn in Korea. You're not going to pay tax go Korea and then you pay tax komzansi. Took some time, but I think they sent it to me via email and I just printed it. No, I actually left with it from back home. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. My camera is about to shut down now. So if you have any questions, just comment down below. On the next video, I'm going to tell you guys what is the next process. But let me tell you how it goes. So you gather all your documents. You can gather documents while you apply, guys. I know people are going to tell you, just gather your documents and then start applying. You can do that. You don't know your tlantla. Like I said, you don't know. Because with me, I started this process actually when I was doing my first year degree. So when I completed my degree, information was here. Anyway, so this is how it goes. Number one, it's the initial application. So you submit the application. Number two, you get the results. Hey, we have received your application. 3, we would like to call you for an interview. So they call you for interview. 4, you pass the interview. So now we want you to send all these documents that I just spoke about. You submit them to Korea. So I paid like I think 910 rands to courier them to Korea. And then from there, they tell you if there's any mistakes, blah, 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 blah. From there, you get an email that, hey, girl, this is where you got placement. They don't tell you the exact school. You only know that when you arrive there. Sometimes there's orientation. It's not that hectic, guys, trust me. Sometimes there's orientation where they basically teach you how things are done. From there, you book a flight, you go to Korea, and you're done. Oh, just before that, guys, they ask you about your health. Please don't lie. And just, I'm not sure with like HIV and stuff. So honestly, I'm not sure, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I heard Guti, they don't take such. If you unfortunately have Ugula, just ask. Don't waste your money booking a flight and then tell Guti there is a Gugula that, that they can't accept. Just be sure. You get there, you sign your contract, and then you're good to go. Then you enjoy your life in Korea, baby. You're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you follow these steps, gather all your documents, and yeah, man, go enjoy your life in Korea. You're going to find out about your salary. Everything is online. Just search EPIK pay scale. You're going to see how much you're going to earn. So don't worry, baby. Everything is online. Everything is there. Nothing is hidden. So from this video, we're going to talk about EPIK interview questions. So what questions to prepare and how to kind of like answer, or when they ask you a question, how to answer. So let's go. I'm just going to do like a video of like maybe 20 possible interview questions for EPIK. So bye. I hope you enjoy. Check the next video. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed and kinda understand what documents you need for this whole process. And if you need any advice or if you need assistance with your EPIK interview, just hit me up, darling. Hit me up. You can find me on Instagram at Nele Mazuide. You'll see just a cute girl wearing red on a profile picture, and you're gonna see that this girl is an international babe.